Hello and welcome to Courts Today by Live Law. Let us get to today's top headlines. In Saif Ali Khan attack matter, the Mumbai court has extended police custody of the accused till 29th January. Supreme Court has issued notice on Karnataka police's plea against actor Darshan's bail in the Renukaswamy murder case. The Supreme Court has reserved treasurer's post for women in Bengaluru Advocates Association and suggested 30% women reservation in General Council. The Supreme Court has today questioned Maharashtra government over solid waste management projects. The top court has asked an SIT to probe whether NOIDA authorities pay excess compensation to landowners and whether it lacks transparency. In the fake lawyers issue, the Supreme Court has said that verification of advocates must be expedited and has sought BCI's report in 8 weeks. The top court has dismissed a PIL challenging TDS System of Income Tax Act. And a Delhi court has accepted CBI's closure report in loan conspiracy case involving NDTV founders Pranoy Roy and Radhika Roy. I'm your host Urvashi Chauhan with your daily roundup of legal updates from across the country. For detailed reading, you can always visit www.livelaw.in. Please make sure to watch this video till the end and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel because your support means the world to us. Starting with an update on the recent viral news about an attack on actor Saif Ali Khan. A court in Mumbai's Bandra area has today extended till 29th January the custody of Shariful Islam Shehzad, the alleged Bangladeshi citizen who is stated to have attacked and injured Saif on 16th January after he was caught trespassing the actor's residence. The Mumbai Police's team, which is investigating the case, furnished a detailed report before the court spelling out the progress in the investigation. It was informed that the police has seized clothes of the accused and also the weapon which was used by him in attacking the actor. However, the police was yet to recover the shoes that he was wearing on that day. The police highlighted the fact that the accused was not cooperating with the investigating officers. Shehzad's counsel, however, pointed out that the actor's family did not call the police by calling on the helpline number 100 and neither did they accompany him to the hospital, which showed that it was not a huge attack. The counsel further argued that the police had already taken the fingerprint samples of his client and has also recorded the statements of all the persons related to the incident. He also raised questions on how the face of the person arrested and the one seen in the CCTV footage released by the police does not match. Having considered the contentions, the court noted substantial progress with regards to the involvement of the accused and therefore extended the custody till 29th January. The top court has today issued notice in a special leave petition filed by Karnataka state government challenging the order of the Karnataka High Court granting bail to actor Darshan in the Renukaswamy murder case. You know that Darshan has been booked for being involved in the killing of his 33-year-old fan over sending obscene messages to actress Pavitra Gowda. Darshan had allegedly got the deceased abducted from Chitradurga and had him tortured for 3 days in a shed in Bengaluru in June last year. The deceased later succumbed to the abuse, with his body thrown out in a drain as per the police report. Appearing for the state of Karnataka, senior advocate Siddharth Luthra today submitted that the High Court had completely whitewashed the whole case. He prayed for cancellation of the bail and pressed that co-accused in the case should not be allowed to take advantage of the findings. A bench of Justices J.B. Pardewala and R. Madhavan of the Supreme Court stated that it would not cancel the bail but nevertheless directed that reliance shall not be put on the findings of the Karnataka High Court while deciding bail application of co-accused and their application be decided on its own merit. Moving ahead, as an interim measure, the Supreme Court today directed that post of treasurer for Bengaluru Advocates Association elections be exclusively earmarked for women candidates. The elections are scheduled for 2nd February this year. The court further said that high-powered committee and the chief returning officer may consider the desirability of reserving at least 30% of other governing council posts for women lawyers to ensure their adequate representation. A bench of Justices Suryakant and N. Koteshwar Singh passed the order on the petitions filed after the Karnataka High Court, though in support of the reservation for women lawyers, took a view that only Supreme Court could pass the relevant order. Today, the bench noted that the concerned regulations do not expressly bar reservation of posts for women lawyers. The court invoked its powers under Article 142 of the Constitution and issued directions similar to those passed in the case of Delhi High Court and District Bar Associations, where, if you recall, the top court had reserved 3 posts for women lawyers in the Delhi High Court Bar Association elections. And in the district bar associations, the court had directed that the post of treasurer plus 30% of other executive committee posts shall stand reserved for women lawyers, including those already reserved for women. In today's case, the bench stated that directions given in the Delhi Bar Association case will apply in the same manner to the case of Advocates Association, Bengaluru. In the next update, the Supreme Court has today questioned Maharashtra government for not allocating funds to solid waste treatment plants in the Vasai Virar Municipal Corporation. Last week, the court had summoned the Principal Secretary of the Urban Development Department after criticizing the state's claim of lacking funds for the projects. Accordingly, the Principal Secretary appeared via video conferencing today before the bench of Justice Abhay S. Oak and Justice Ujjal Bhuyan. Justice Oak questioned the state's priorities, asking if it was its duty to protect the environment or not. The Principal Secretary assured the court that funds would be allocated in the next financial year. But on going through the state's affidavit, the court realized that the assurance was conditional on the fact if other projects would be cancelled or any savings would be there. The bench expressed dissatisfaction with such conditional assurances. Justice Oak asked for a clear affidavit with timelines for finalizing the detailed project reports and releasing funds. The bench also directed the state to provide details on how many municipal corporations have fully complied with the 2016 solid waste management rules. In another update, the Apex Court has constituted a special investigation team to investigate whether officers of New Okla Industrial Development Authority paid excess land acquisition compensation to certain landowners. The court has asked the SIT to also examine whether the overall functioning of NOIDA lacks transparency, fairness, and commitment to the cause of public interest. A bench comprising Justice Surya Kant and Justice N.K. Singh passed the order while considering a petition filed by a law advisor and legal officer of NOIDA seeking anticipatory bail in a corruption case which was registered over allegation that huge amount of compensation was released in favor of some landowners over and above their legal entitlement. While considering this matter, the court had in September 2023 noticed that it was not a solitary instance, as there were several other cases where the compensation released prima facie appeared to be exorbitant for extraneous considerations and on quid pro quo basis. Therefore, a fact-finding committee was constituted, but the court was not satisfied with its functioning because it started investigating cases where compensation was enhanced by the judicial orders. So it had later suggested a special investigation team be constituted. Now the SIT has been constituted of 3 IPS officers belonging to UP cadre. The SIT has been asked to submit a report to the court within 2 months. The court also clarified that no coercive action should be taken against landowners or farmers without prior permission of the court. You can visit livelaw.in to know more about the mandate of this SIT. And now let me tell you, the top court today expressed serious concern over delays in verification of advocates' law degrees and enrollment by the bar councils. The bench of CJI Sanjeev Khanna and Justices Sanjay Kumar and KV Vishwanathan was hearing a transfer petition filed by the Bar Council of India. The CJI referring to the long pending degree verification procedure said that it was a serious issue and that the verification drive must be expedited. Senior advocate R. Bala Subramanian, appearing for the BCI, informed the bench that verification process has to be carried out state-wise, hence it is taking time. Considering the same, the bench directed BCI to file an updated status report in 8 weeks. Let me tell you, in April 2023, the bench of then CJI Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice P.S. Narasimha and Justice J.B. Pardewala had directed the constitution of a high-powered committee to oversee the verification of advocates' degree certificates. At a previous hearing, the court had noted that lawyers without verification had become members of some state bar councils, and such individuals might have even held judicial officer positions. It also observed that the number of advocates was around 25.7 lakhs. This was in 2023. But only 9.2 lakh verification forms out of those had been submitted, indicating that majority of advocates had not completed the verification process. The Bar Council of India had expressed concerns that many unverified lawyers might not be qualified to practice and could be involved for extraneous purposes, necessitating their identification and removal. The Supreme Court today refused to entertain a PIL challenging provisions of the Income Tax Act, which impose an obligation on private employers to deduct tax at source or TDS on the salaries paid by them. The petition filed by BJP leader Ashwini Upadhyay argued that TDS provisions place a heavy burden on private individuals like employers by making them responsible for deducting tax from salaries and depositing it with the government. The petitioner pointed out that employers have to use their own resources to handle this task, receive no payment for it, and face strict penalties for any mistakes or non-compliance. But a bench comprising CJI Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar said that the petition was badly drafted, missing out on the judgments where the provisions of tax law were upheld. The petition was dismissed, giving liberty to the petitioner to approach the High Court. The court also clarified in its order that it has not expressed anything on the merits of the matter. And lastly, a Delhi court has accepted the closure report filed by Central Bureau of Investigation in a case involving allegations of criminal conspiracy against NDTV founders Pranoy Roy and Radhika Roy, along with ICICI Bank officials regarding a loan advancement. This case revolved around allegations that the Roys, through their company RRPR Holding Private Limited, conspired with ICICI Bank officials in violation of Section 19, subsection 2 of Banking Regulation Act. This provision restricts banks from holding more than 30% of a company's shares as collateral. The complaint was filed by Sanjay Dutt, the director of Quantum Security Private Limited. The CBI's report has concluded that there was no collusion, no criminal conspiracy, or any violation of the law. A forensic audit also confirmed that the loan transactions were standard business practices. The court noted that the complainant Sanjay Dutt expressed satisfaction with the CBI's investigation.